Alright, so today we're talking about Abrosaurus. And now, for those of you who don't know, Abrosaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs. So in this first image here, we can see it swimming. It has a very long neck and tail. Its head is kind of small in comparison. And like I said before, it had a very long neck and tail, which is very obvious when you look at its skull as well. Now, unfortunately, a lot of its skull was actually destroyed, so we can't really see what it looked like completely. But paleontologists were still able to put it back together and get a good idea of what it looked like. The link will be down below. It's called the Dinosaur Zone, and we just made a video on the same dinosaur, so make sure to go check that out as well. It had a dorsal fin down its back, kind of like a sail, and then of course it had these huge paddles on its feet that would be perfect for swimming with. Some people say that they were used for mating rituals, but I personally don't think so. I think that they were used for steering while it was in the water. In fact, when it walked on land, it kind of had to take little steps because these giant paddles were kind of cumbersome, and it's believed that it spent a lot of time in the water. In fact, some people believe that it spent more time in the water than on land, so that is why it evolved these giant paddles and that long neck and tail, to be able to steer itself in the water. Now there is actually been a lot of debate about how it actually walked on land and in the water. So some people say that it walked on all fours and other people say that it walked on its hind legs. Me personally, I think it probably walked on all fours, but I could be wrong. Like I said before, it had that very long neck and tail. It had a small head in comparison. It also had very sharp teeth, which means it was most likely a carnivore or an omnivore. And then of course it had those giant paddles on its feet, which helped it swim around very well. So let me know what you guys think. How do you think it walked? So in this next picture here, we can see its skull. And moving on to this next image here, we can see a reconstruction of what it looked like. And speaking of those paddles, there's actually been a lot of debate about what they actually did. So if you like dinosaurs and you like learning about dinosaurs, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, I have a second channel. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time on the channel.